Okay, guys, so if you look across the street, you see all the for sale signs. Down that way is the Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery. I am going to take you for the ride in. I'm going to show you. But they are trying to sell that land, and they're trying to relocate that cemetery, which hopefully with the new findings that they cannot relocate the cemetery. So you have to go this way to get in. But they got, they have for sale signs everywhere. Because this is a perfect piece of land for, you know, a gas station or, I mean, look, right there in front of us is the highway. So this is the perfect location for a gas station, even across the street. I don't see for sale signs across the street, but in front of us, this whole land to your left is for sale. Hello everyone, today I am taking you guys back to the Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery. They have brought the, it's some sort of x-ray, I can't remember exactly what it's called. They have brought it in and they have found several graves. This is the first time I've been back since my last video here before they did that x-ray system. So we are going to go back and check it out. They found several new graves. I believe total they found 29 type 1 graves. Type 1 is a casket grave. They found, I think 15 type 2 graves. Type 2 graves, guys, is what they did in the olden days. They wrapped the body in linen and they buried it that way. So they found 15 of those type 2 graves. So we're going to go up and see. I believe they have it all flagged off. I know you can't pull up as far as we pulled up before, because I believe there's 4 graves on the outside of the fence. So let's go check it out, guys. Okay, guys. This is beautiful up in here too. Can't believe they want to build over top of it. Now I know that there's a certain area, I think they should have it roped off, but I'm not positive if they do. Let me pull up under this tree like this. Oh wow, they do. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, this is so sad. Okay guys, I don't know if they came all the way out here with the radar, but if you look I'm gonna turn you around, and the sign that you're gonna see the back of is a for sale sign. This land is all for sale. Wow, there's graves right out here. That sign there is a big for sale sign. There's the highway, perfect location. I mean, it's beautiful up under here. It really is. All this land is for sale. And look at this, guys. Oh my gosh. It's so my gosh. I was thinking there was some out here. They asked people not to park too close. Look at this. These are graves. Oh wow. So they're sideways. Look, there's the footstone. These are graves out here. So I would imagine they probably came out further. Oh, there's a flag out there. I wonder what that is. I don't know what that is. Wow. Oh my goodness. So there is a grave here. Now I would have to look at the map to know which one of these graves are the ones that are wrapped in linen. But I will look at that and hopefully get it together in this video. So there's one there. There's one here right in front of it. Wow. And then there's one there. There's one there outside of the gate, guys. Now, I don't believe they was able to go back in here because that's private property. Even though it's, you know, where is it going to? It's going nowhere, but I don't think they was allowed to go back in there. But this is really sad. And I'm so glad that somebody made crosses to go up in here. They probably just had these sticks. That's awesome. Oh, it makes me sick to think about it. Now, I brought you guys here and the other video. Let me get this open. Okay. So, oh boy. Oh wow, there's one right here as you walk in. Now the ones with the tombstones, you guys remember, was here. I will connect my other video when I came out here. I will connect it to this one. But if you look around, there is so many new graves. There's a new one up here in front of us. Is a new one. Where's the footstone? Did somebody pull it out of the ground? I'm not seeing it. Oh, maybe they don't have footstones. Wow. It's this way though. I would imagine there should have been a footstone somewhere around here. Oh my goodness. So we have what, one? We have 4 on the outside of the fence. We have one there, which is 5. This one right here is 6. And then if we walk this way, there's one here, 7. Look, it looks like they had the footstone. It looks like somebody dug that there and it's missing. That doesn't make sense. And then there's 8. Oh my gosh, up in here. You know, this was all empty. Nobody knew there was graves back there. We have one here too. There's a footstone down there. There's 9. There's so many of them. Oh Lord, this is so sad. We got one back there, which is 10. Oh, they're everywhere, guys. There is graves everywhere in here. I'm gonna lose my counting. You know, this was in the ground. Somebody's pulling this stuff out of the ground. Right there, there's 11, 12. Oh my goodness. You know, here's 13, 14. There's 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. It looks like 27. It looks like there might be 27 more graves here than they thought was here. Now, it makes me wonder, how many graves are out there? You know, somebody fenced this corner lot off, but how many graves are out there? You know, many and many a times that I've been here and I've heard voices from beyond, from the woods. So, how many graves are back here? And how many graves are on this side of the fence? That is private property. You know, this little piece of property here with the cemetery was probably donated off of somebody's farmland or plantation or something as a cemetery. It probably started out as family and then ended up as friends and then other people. And then eventually somebody fenced it off because that was considered sacred, you know, land, because it was a cemetery. But who knows if there's unmarked graves back there? You know, there is such a possibility that there is unmarked graves back there. And without the permission of the owner of that piece of property, they cannot go back there. So if you look, I mean, look how the graves are scattered out. You know the fence is not 1700s. So some of these graves that are wrapped with linen, they have to be the earliest graves in this cemetery. They have to be. Wow. There is so many of them. Oh my goodness. And nobody knows who they are. They're going to be unmarked graves. Hopefully they do a marker grave, or they do some kind of project for this and they're able to get some kind of markers, even if it is a marker that says unmarked, unknown person. You know, type 1 grave or type 2 grave. You know, I didn't really even know what type 1, type 2 grave was until I seen that on their website. I never knew what type 2 grave was. So there's a bunch more up in here. Look at the 2 right against the fence, guys. So I'm sure they did all this and there wasn't nothing here. But there is 2 right against the fence. So I wonder out there, you know, there could be more out there. And I think that it should be, like, the owner should definitely let them check. Because, look, even if they open this cemetery up to go back further, a little bit further, it's not going to take away from their land. If somebody buys this land for a cemetery or for a gas station, they're going to have to leave this cemetery. This is crazy. You know, there's so many graves here. I think we thought there was 14 or 16 graves here. And look at all the graves now. Now, these 2 up against the fence. I would think probably, maybe this one right here, and I'm not sure, but they have an old picture on the Facebook page for Save the Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery. And there is a tombstone which sits back. It might be this one. I'm not positive. From the gate, you can see the tombstone. It could be those back there that sits way back, and the tombstone is not here now. That tombstone is gone. So it's crazy. There was one grave here, guys, that was a special grave, and it was the grave of, let me see if I can find it. It was a mother and her infant child. Her infant child was actually buried beneath her, and I believe it's going to be right here. I'm not positive if that's it or not. Let me see. It could be that one there. Huh. I would have to look on the paperwork. But there's one grave that the mother, let's see if we can find it. I think it had a headstone. Let me see, in the footstone. Oh, maybe it was that one. Maybe it was that one. I'm not positive. But one grave had, the mother had died given childbirth. The mother and child had died. And the child was born at the foot, or was buried at the foot of the mother. I'm not sure if it was Ann Benton. I think it might have been. And if so, then that would mean this was the child, but I'm not positive. It's one of these graves right in here. Oh, maybe it was this one right here. Because it looked like it was a footstone. I'm not positive. It looked like it was a footstone, and it had a little baby coffin buried right at the end. And it was actually the radar showed the coffin was touching the coffin of the person, the mother in front of her, or the mother in front of the child. So I'm not exactly sure which one it was. I'd have to go grab my phone just to see which one it was. But it had a footstone that had initials on it, and they couldn't figure out HM something. That's why I think it's this one right here, but I'm not positive. I will definitely link up the picture that they seen. I believe it was one right here in the middle. So it was either Ann Benton or it was this one here. I want to say it was the Ann Benton. Just not sure. It's crazy. All right, we can go over here by the fence and maybe try to do spirit box here with the people outside of the fence. Or maybe we just need to go outside of the fence. Because I don't know why we're not getting nothing here. I don't think I got anything here. I just seen a shadow that, it might have been that flag. It looked like somebody walking beside me. Oh, that was weird. Okay. So let's go up here. Oh, sorry. Let's go up here where they found these 4 graves on the outside. And let's, was there 4? Oh yeah, the other one's right beside us. Okay. So there's 4 graves out here. Let's turn the spirit box on and see if we get anything. Here we go. All right, here we go. We're trying to communicate with any of the spirits here at the Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery. Any spirits that can make themselves known, speak right into the little black box. It's really crazy that we don't get nothing at this cemetery, guys. Are there more graves at this cemetery that was not found? Wow, guys, this doesn't even make sense that nothing is coming through. It really doesn't. I personally feel that there are graves out beyond this cemetery. Not sure of my feeling over to the right. or even to the left, but I have a feeling that there's graves beyond this cemetery. Maybe there is, maybe there isn't. Just feel like there is, and it's amazing that they found so many graves here that were unmarked. I always feel something here at this cemetery. I don't think I hardly ever get anything on the spirit box. Once in a while, I don't think I hardly ever do. I want to go back to my other videos and see what I've gotten on spirit box. But I do feel like there's graves off to the back. And you know, there's probably graves, there's probably other graves here. It's crazy. It is really crazy. Shout out to the people that came out and did the survey. Shout out to that Facebook group who is trying to save. They're trying their hardest to save this cemetery from being moved. They want to move this cemetery. That's just horrible. Why would you move somebody's final resting place? It doesn't even make sense. You know, if somebody wants to buy this land, then they have to own a cemetery too, or they have to make sure the cemetery belongs to the county. I don't think any cemetery should be moved. I don't think anybody's grave should be moved from their final resting place. I just don't. You know, I always said that if I ever got a big piece of land or a farmland and I wanted to bring my family, you know, to the graveyard there, but once I'm gone, who's going to take care of it? Nobody. Because the younger ones in my family, they don't want to follow my path of genealogy or you know, cemeteries and flower projects. They're just probably never going to follow that path. So hopefully, you know, a younger generation that's on YouTube now will follow that path. So I would not want to move anyone. I wouldn't want to move my parents or anyone. And I don't think if you own a big piece of land, my opinion is it's not a great idea to put a farm on, or a cemetery on your farm or on your land, because when you're gone and your younger ones are gone, it's just going to sit there and somebody's going to build over it, or it's sad. That's just my feeling. I'm just rambling on here, guys. It is so sad that all these graves are here without tombstones. It just breaks my heart. It really, really does. But I'm glad they found out about it. Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Be sure to go over and subscribe or like the Wild Cow Prairie Cemetery's Facebook page. Sign the petition. Save this cemetery, guys. Save this cemetery. This could be your loved ones, okay? It could happen to your loved ones. We need to help one another, and we need to save this cemetery. Since they've came in with the radar, they have found so many new graves. It is amazing, all the new graves, the type 1 and the type 2 graves that they have found. So just sign the petition, help save, see if there's anything they need. Maybe they're going to do a mark a grave project. I guess all the stones would say unknown, unknown, but at least it would mark, you know, everybody's spot, because the crosses are awesome. Just like my cross project that I did, they are awesome, but they will eventually be gone. So we need to get something permanent in here, and if they need help, you know, even if it's just, you know, maybe they're taking up a fundraiser, anything, even if, you know, I got 18,000 subscribers, 19,000 subscribers. If everybody sent them $1, they would have $19,000. So it would save the cemetery, and it would be able to mark these graves. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye, guys.